All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for your patience and thank you for your flexibility today. We got a few snow flurries here, but not enough to matter. But we appreciate the opportunity just to present to you today digitally. And thank you for your flexibility for just being able to join us today. I am Steve. I am the Director of Sales, and I'll be your host today. We're just going to give you an overview of Ingleside at Rock Creek. We want to go through our agenda here really quickly. We are going to make some introductions. We're going to give you a general overview of Ingleside, our financial model, next steps, and those kind of things, give you a good sense of the community today. And then we're going to open it up to questions at the end. In the slide, you should be able to type in any questions that you might have, and we'll take some questions at the end so that hopefully when you leave here today, you'll have a good sense of whether Ingleside at Rock Creek makes sense for you going forward. Again, thank you for being here, and we'll just go ahead and get started. I want to introduce our team. We're a very small team. Again, I'm Steve, with the Director of Sales. I've been with Ingleside at Rock Creek for about going on 5 years. Have been in the business for about 18 in senior living. And I'm very fortunate, feel very fortunate to be with Ingleside at Rock Creek the last 4 to 5 years. Have really enjoyed being here. We got Samantha Garvey, who is the technical wizard behind the scenes today. Thank you for being here, Sam. I am, as you would expect, a little bit inept when it comes to technical, so we got Sam behind the scenes to help us get through this. Lori Pinelli has been with us for 12 years. Lori just very, very recently had made a decision to take some time off and take another step in her life, another adventure in her life. We're going to miss Lori very, very much. We'll be introducing Alex Beltran. Alex comes to us from Ingleside at King Farm, which is our sister community. We'll be introducing Alex next month in March, and looking forward to having Alex join us. Alex was our sales and marketing coordinator for several years, 3 years, before he was promoted and went into sales out at King Farm. And so we're excited to have Alex with us. So we're really have a great little team now, and we're looking forward to serving you in the future. Little bit about our history. Ingleside at Rock Creek actually was not Ingleside at Rock Creek initially. It was the Presbyterian home. We opened up down on M Street in 1906. It was started by 2 Presbyterian churches that were in Washington, D.C. at the time, a North Presbyterian and then the one in the south part of the city. And they got together and started the Presbyterian home in 1906. In 1960, we moved to our present location. So we've been here on Military Road since 1960. Everything that's here currently, all the buildings that we're going to go through here in just a little bit, did not exist until the year 2000, when we made the first really big expansion. We call those classic apartments. They've been here since 2000, so they're about 25 years old. They have more of a traditional feel in the architecture, just has many folks that have been here in the last 10 or 15 years will remember those buildings. Been a lot of changes in those buildings, but we're constantly updating and refurbishing and upgrading apartments, etc. But those buildings have been with us since 2000. In 2012, we took another existing building that was, at the time, I believe it was being used as rehab, skilled nursing, and assisted living apartments. They emptied the building, completely demolished each floor, the top 3 floors, and rebuilt what we now call McCracken apartments. Those are all 2-bedroom and a den. They run in size of about 1,650 square feet to about 1,850 square feet in size. There's 5 different floor plans. And they are 5 apartments on each floor, second floor, third floor, and fourth floor. So and those apartments all look out over the upper courtyard. In 2020, they realized that we needed to have we needed more apartments. We had been full for over a decade, 100% full. They added some more apartments. We call those Creekside. Those are buildings 8 and 9. They opened in 2020 during COVID, or right before COVID actually hit. And since then, they were 100% sold with folks in reserve behind them. When COVID hit, we had about 17 people that did not move in that year. And so we had some apartments available, but by the end of 2021, mid to late 2021, we were full again, and the wait list was growing again. So that's kind of where we are now. We're on 14 acres. We've got 6 buildings, 232 apartments in independent living. And then the 7th building is our health center, which has assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing. The total Ingleside family consists of 3 communities. Ingleside at Rock Creek was the founder, kind of the cornerstone of the group. Westminster at Lake Ridge was added in probably about 15 years ago, I believe. I can't remember the exact year. That's down in Lake Ridge, Virginia, right very near the Occoquan down there. If you've ever passed over the Occoquan, they're on I-95. They're very close to that. And then Ingleside at King Farm was started in 2009 with the out there. They a very nice community, the newest of all 3 communities. They added on also in 2020. So they're currently about 340 apartments at that community. Very nice community in Rockville, Maryland. And we also have the foundation, which we're very proud of. Our foundation has been in existence for many, many years. That is the foundation that allows us to basically accept residents for life in our ability to provide services for folks that should run out of resources through no fault of their own. So we're very proud that in 118 years, we've never asked anybody to leave because they could not pay. All the communities are affiliated, but we're not obligated. What that means in a nutshell is that we do share resources. We share economies of scale. We have a common corporate office that offers us IT services, marketing services, and we are able to kind of coordinate our 3 communities to help save money and keep our organization as lean as possible. But if one were to encounter any kind of a financial difficulty, which we don't expect, but if it were to happen, we would certainly help them, but we're not tied together financially that if one goes down, everybody goes down, like is common in some of the more corporate aligned communities. So we are not for profit, and our board of directors consists of community leaders, professionals, and our own residents. It's all volunteer. There are no salaries or stipends being paid to any of them, and we're very proud of that setup. Ingleside at Rock Creek is CARF accredited. If you are not familiar with CARF accreditation, CARF accreditation is a difficult accreditation to get. At about 20%, maybe a little more now, of the 2,000 plus continuing care retirement communities are CARF accredited. It's a top to bottom analysis of everything from operations to customer service to financial books and benchmarks, and it's a very thorough about every 3 to 5 years, they come in and do a very thorough accreditation process over time. We are SAGE certified throughout our organization. We have been a great place to work for the last 5 years, starting in 2020 through last year, and hopefully we'll be there again this year. And as I mentioned, we're a not-for-profit life plan community. As you're looking at area communities, I think one of our advantages is that we do offer assisted living and memory care like most, but we also have long-term care and inpatient and outpatient rehab services right here on campus. So we do have a skilled nursing facility here on our campus as well. Our financial structure, again, this is just meant to be a brief overview. There's a lot of detail that goes into these things, and we're more than happy to answer questions or hopefully to see you in person at some point to give you more details. We are a Type C fee-for-service community. What that means in a nutshell is that if you're in independent living, that's all you pay for. There are no future healthcare costs bundled in that. If you should require assisted living, memory care, or skilled nursing, you could access those services here on campus. And if and when that move happens, then you would pay for that service. So if you move to assisted living, you would then pay for assisted living at that time in your life. If you never need it, you never pay for it. There are the financial components of that of our structure is the entrance fee and the monthly service fee. The entrance fees basically run from about $550,000 for a 50% refund on a 1-bedroom up to over $2 million for the 3-bedroom penthouse on the top floor. Entrance fees come in two different plans of 90% refundable and the 50% refundable. The only difference between those two plans is that the 50% refundable amount is always less because you get much less back. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Anybody that's interested in getting those full fee schedules, we'd be glad to email them out to you at the close of this. Just send us an email or a phone call, and we'll be glad to send them out if you don't already have them. The monthly service fee covers the apartment, all your basic utilities. It covers weekly housekeeping. It includes 1 meal a day, which we manage with points, a point system. I'll come back to that. All the amenities, underground parking spot, a little bit of storage. All your maintenance is covered. It also, for you folks, real estate owners in DC and the surrounding area, it also covers any real estate taxes or real estate insurance. We mow the lawn, we shovel the snow, we fix the roof when it's needed, those kind of things. So all those maintenance things, if your refrigerator goes out, we will fix it or replace it. Those kind of things are very nice, nice little things to have, very secure going forward. We also, the amenities, as I think you'll see, very nice fitness center, a pool, library, beautiful library, a cultural arts center, common spaces, 3 dining venues, those kind of things. We're going to go over that in a minute too. But that's what's covered in that monthly service fee. I think I mentioned most of these, and we have 2 art studios. We have one that we do mostly painting, drawing, sketching, those kind of things. We have the art classes in the art studio. We have another art studio that we use exclusively for glass gilding, ceramics, quilting. So we have all the sewing machines and kilns, those kind of things, glass cutters in the second art studio. We have 2 guest suites, very nice library, as I mentioned. I think the fitness center is one of the best I've seen in senior living community. I think that covers most of it. So the trips to the local art galleries, museums, those kind of things happen weekly. Those are the scheduled transportation of those, scheduled transportation every day. to the grocery stores, library, drugstore, you name it. That's included. And plus the very extensive list of concerts, lectures, every week, movie nights, Met Opera screenings. So those kind of activities that we're also very proud of. Here, just a quick overview of some of the things that we have with the yoga classes, Tai Chi classes, Zumba classes. Those are all included. As I mentioned, movie night. We have a walking club. It's a very extensive list of activities and special events that we have on an ongoing basis. That's just part of life here at Ingleside. Our speaker series, some of you may have heard of our speaker series. We're very fortunate. Both our concert series and our speaker series are managed and coordinated by our residents who are, have some very interesting and diverse backgrounds. Some within the city and some outside the city, come from outside the area. But we have been very fortunate to have some very well-known speakers ongoing that come here, from the mayor of DC to the chief justice in DC. Those kind of folks that are in here speaking on a variety of topics. That's really very, very interesting, and just a wonderful series that our residents are able to provide for us here. We have about 45 different floor plans. So we've been asked a few times, I've been asked a few times, why we don't have more floor plans on our website, and that's why we can only offer a few of them. Putting all 45 up would be difficult, but we do have everything from a one-bedroom, roughly 800 square feet is the smallest, up to 2,500 square feet, two bedroom, two bath, and a den size, with a few 3 bedrooms thrown in as well, about 4 or 5 different floor plans of 3 bedrooms. So the largest being about 2,500 square feet. And again, those are in the 6 buildings that I mentioned on our 14 acres. This is one of the newer, the Chestnut is one of the newer floor plans in the 2 newest buildings, building 8 and 9, that were opened in 2020. And the Sycamore also same. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. That's the largest 2 bedroom that we have, actually. And those are just a couple of the examples, and we'd be glad to send you more if you have an interest in any particular size or location on our campus. We're also happy now to be able to offer Ingleside at Home. Ingleside at Home is actually what you would think. It's home health care. We offer it here to our independent living residents in their apartments if they would like help, either for 2 hours a day, perhaps after a surgery, an elective surgery or something. Or you can also call Ingleside at Home and get help around the clock, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's also available to the surrounding community, so we're very happy to be able to offer that now. That's a new service for us within the last year or two. And I'll be glad to answer any questions about that, but that is one of our services that we offer. We also offer Ingleside Engaged, which is a social day program for folks mostly in the beginning to middle stages of cognitive decline. It's a wonderful program. Some of you may have heard of Mariana Blackburn. If you Google her, she will come up. Very well known. Marianne is the director of both the in-house and Ingleside Engaged programs. And she's been involved with dementia care for many, many years, and we're very fortunate to have her as our director here. And so she runs both programs, just highly regarded and highly influential in the marketplace in that sphere. So we have that available to folks both internally. We have residents that partake in that, as well as folks from the outside. It's a small program. I think their maximum is 15 or 18 residents, but again, very well received and filled up very quickly. Also, Experience by Ingleside. This is another fairly new program within, well, it's been offered for the last year. Again, we have services available to independent living residents here on campus, but it's also available to folks in our neighborhood around DC, in the DMV, and really in most cities across the nation. Our Experience by Ingleside is actually a part of a larger network, but in a nutshell, what it offers is a concierge service. I think the thing I like about it the most is that they offer services, everything from typical plumbing, electrical, landscaping, to lawn service, to landscaping, to furniture repair, to services as bizarre as getting a squirrel out of your attic or putting up gutters. They can help you with computer technical issues if you need somebody to come by. Transportation to and from. We have drivers that specialize working with seniors. They have a broad list of area vendors that have been vetted and approved through a process. Pet care, temporary pet care, house cleaning, house repairs. Some of the other ones was decorations, putting up decorations around the house during the holidays, taking them down. So it's shoveling snow. So there's a really wide variety, and it's one phone call. Kat Murphy is our concierge in this area, and Kat can hook you up. You get one bill at the end of the month, and it's a wonderful, very, very great convenience if you ever need anything like that. We really are happy to be able to provide that service. We get this question a lot. Why would we choose Ingleside at Rock Creek? I think I'll start at the bottom. I think the number one reason is our residents. We talk about them all the time. I tell people routinely, there's a lot of very nice communities in our immediate area in the DMV. Many of you are aware of them, but we got the best residents. So they are just a wonderful group of people, very accomplished, doctors, lawyers, PhDs, World Bank, Foreign Service, financial business owners, etc. But just a very congenial, very open, and very welcoming group of people. Just some of the friendliest people I've seen, and very easy to get into a routine, and very easy to get plugged into this community. So I start off with them. Our location is pretty awesome. If for you folks that are fond of DC, either live in the city or in the surrounding area, we're very, very fortunate to be in Northwest DC, where we have access to all the wonderful culture that DC offers, and also are about 4.5 blocks from Rock Creek Park, which is just a fabulous resource that we love in DC. And we're also 4.5 blocks off of Connecticut, a little bit further to get to Wisconsin. We're about a mile from the metro. We're on a bus route. Uber, Lyft, and are usually about an average of about 6 minutes away. We're a walkable neighborhood. We have a sliver of Rock Creek Park and down our entire east side of our campus. So we have lots of green space, on our 14 acres, and just love our location. Very active, engaged lifestyle. And again, I just go back to the lectures and the concerts and the fitness things and the intellectual stimulation that we have. The groups, the discussion groups, the book clubs, etc. I think very, very wonderful in lifestyle that we have here, and that's just my opinion. It's not really a sales pitch at all. We have a really very easy fee structure, very easy to understand once you understand a few of the basic concepts. Access to healthcare, so we do provide some very nice conveniences. Again, as I mentioned, many of the new communities coming on board are not going to have skilled nursing and rehab right on campus, which if you ever need it, especially if you're married and you've had to leave your house to get in the car or call a cab to get to where your spouse may be, we're just really happy to be able to offer that within 90 seconds of any other apartment on campus. You can just walk to visit. You can come back from a surgery and have your rehab right here. We are a not-for-profit. We are getting asked more and more, are we not-for-profit? We absolutely are, always have been and always will be. Many of our future residents come in looking for that and have are really appreciate that not-for-profit status. And as I mentioned, again, our residents will wind up with them. I think that the group as a whole is just a really great group of people that we're proud to have as part of our organization. If you'd like to, if what you heard today seems to make sense and you'd like more information, first of all, I'll just say Alex and myself will be available. We're booking tours already in mid-March and later. So if you'd like to, we'd love to meet you in person and be able to come in and take another look around. The wait list is extensive. This is one of the things that we're trying to get out as soon as possible and right up front whenever possible. And that is that we are currently full. We have about a 2-year minimum wait time right now, up to over 5 years. If you're looking for a larger apartment with any kind of requirements on it, you're probably looking at 5 years or more. The smaller one bedroom den, we're telling folks 2 years, 2 bedrooms and up, 3 to 5 or more years. And we understand that can be can be a deal breaker for a lot of folks. So we try to get that word out right up front. If that time frame still seems to work within your plans, the wait list is the way to go. It's a $5,300 deposit. $5,000 of it is fully refundable for any reason with just an email asking for it back. And that's what kind of starts the clock ticking. And then it would just be a matter of time before you start getting notifications about apartments that are coming available. And it's a very clean and easy process in that when people respond to a notification, we rank them based on the time that they joined the wait list. And we go through that list based on your seniority. And as we get down the list, each one gets their turn to say yay or nay on any particular apartment. Once you have accepted an apartment, the 10% reservation, you would choose the entrance fee, the 50% or the 90%. You would place a deposit of 10% on that particular apartment. That would then give you 3 months to get ready to move, to sell your condo or home and get ready to move. And during that 3 months, we would also have met with you and would have made plans to refurbish that apartment and to do any upgrades or customizations that you may want during that 3 months so that it's ready to move into at the end of the 90 days. That's pretty much it. I know that's a lot of information in a very short period of time. If you have questions, I'm going to ask Sam, do we have any questions already up?
Not at this moment.
Okay, we'll give it just a few minutes. If you have any questions, please feel free to type those in. Also, again, I just want to extend our invitation to give us a call or send an email if you'd like to come in and take a closer look around. We'd love to have you as our guests and would look forward to that. And/or send you more information via email and we've got some virtual tours and some things like that that may be helpful as well. All right. Well, I wanted to say one more thing. We do have this recorded today. If you'd like a copy of the recording or you'd like to send it to a friend or a loved one, we'd be glad to provide that for you. It'll be available probably within 24 hours. Any questions that come up after we close out today, please don't hesitate to just reach out via email or phone call. Their email on the screen now is we'll answer any questions you might have and give you a call back if needed. We'll just kind of go from there.